Oh boy. Hello, everybody on YouTube land. And last night I went to see the Avengers Endgame. Finally, been waiting a whole week, but I was waiting to see it with my friends John and Michelle, and I'm glad I did because it's always great seeing these films with these guys. So yeah, I would have done a review last night, but like most people, I think you need time to let it stew, to let it set in, because my God, there is stuff going on in this film, and for most part, I can't talk about the plot because this. But I'm really glad that they're doing this. The spoilers and all the rest, and the story point, people are not talking about it, even unless you want to get beaten up. But yeah, it's good that they had this secrecy and people going in not knowing, and the trailer was perfect because it didn't show you anything really, just gave you a slight glimpse of what this could possibly be. So what's the story then? Well, again, I'm not going to go into spoilers because I'm not that sort of guy. Let's just say that after the effects of Infinity War, we find the remaining Avengers not coping too well with the after effects, of course, and they come up with a plan to try and resolve this situation. And that is all I would say. Now, what did I think of it? Well, I thought it was fucking fantastic. I loved it. Loved it from start to finish. Now, a lot of people are saying that the first hour is slow and boring. You know what? It is a bit slow, but it's not boring. I wasn't bored once. I enjoyed all the character development. Well, not development, all the acting, the scenes, the emotions, the build up. And then so the first sort of, because it is a 3 hour movie and it does have a three set feel to it. The first hour is very somber, a few moments of bits and bobs here and there. The middle is when it sort of takes off into this idea, and then the third part it just gives you fan service like you wouldn't believe. And honestly, I think this is the best Avengers movie. I'll tell you why, because I think Infinity War was brilliant, and I really do believe so. But I think this might just be a bit better. It felt so mature. It felt so emotionally. I was more emotionally involved in this than any of the other ones, and I thought the story was brilliant. And what they do in the middle, which I'm not saying, of course, I love that sort of thing. So I'm glad they put that in there. So yes, I think that there's a lot going on. There's a lot to take in, and by the end of it, it's a very it ends perfectly. It ends perfectly. We've come to an end of an era of, the of Marvel movies. So we have 22 films and over 11 years, and I've seen every single one of them, and I will be reviewing every single one of them. I will keep my promise and do that. In fact, I'll probably do that next week. So I mean, I can't go into much about it because it is a non-spoiler review, and I won't do a spoiler review because I think you don't need to hear what I think about all the bits and bobs that happened. You should make up your own mind about what you think of it. But I'm just giving you my general impression and review of it, so then you know how I feel about it. I don't need to go on and on and on and on about how I feel about this film. Because I think it's a film that doesn't need to be spoiled. I don't think you should do spoiler reviews unless you really want to. I mean, I ain't got anything against anybody who does, but it's just for me, I'd rather just keep it simple and keep it to one review, because once you know what I think of it, you don't really need me to tell you about, oh, this happens, or this happens, or this happens, or this happens. No, I don't want to do that. So, moving on swiftly. My opinion of this movie is, to round up, it's a very slow burn movie, but it's never boring. It's very funny. It's brilliantly acted. It has a lot of emotion, and it is an end of an era that is done perfectly. The Russo brothers have really, really done a good job on this one. So, there we go. Out of 5, it's getting a 5. I can't help it. It's got 5 stars for me because I was not bored once. and I enjoyed everything. Is it perfect? No, it's not. There's some stuff that could have been trimmed here and there, but nothing major. I honestly, truly loved this movie. I think it's one of the best Avenger movies, or certainly the best Marvel movies. Although my favourite isn't this one, it's Thor Ragnarok. But don't shoot me for that. But this is very closely behind it. It is an absolute masterpiece of this genre. It really truly is. This is how you do a comic book movie. So 5 out of 5. Make sure you go and see it. It gets a double thumbs up from me. And thank you for watching my review. And I hope I encourage you to go and see it. I don't think I need to encourage anybody to go and see it, because if you're a fan of these movies, you've probably seen it by now. And go and buy the box office record-breaking... This is the biggest movie ever. Unbelievable. So, there we go. Now, I'm going to go have a coffee. See you guys in a bit. And see you later. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.